Let's get it started. Welcome to our Ready Action seminar, and we are going to learn how to teach with drama, okay? But I have some things that I would like all of you to do. Please change your chat setting to all panelists and attendees. And we have that in Spanish right here. So that we can all hear from you. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Now, if you've done that, I'm going to get it actually started. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Sunny Choi, and I'm an ELT education consultant. As you can see from the pictures here, I go around to different places and I train English teachers so they can better make use of A-List and Oxford books. And before that, I also taught English as well. And as you know, because of the worldwide pandemic, I don't really go around anymore, but these days I just give webinars and I record myself and then they can see me that way. Okay. So can everyone see the screen and hear me? Yes? Okay. All right, so that's enough about me. I'd like to get to know you a little bit. Oh, that's good, very good. Let's say hello to everyone using the chat box. So for example, you can say, my name is Sunny, so I say Sunny from South Korea. I would like to know where you're from and what your name is, okay? So can you use the chat box? So we have Alvaro Vasquez from Colombia. Oh, you're from Colombia. Nice to meet you. Alejandro from Colombia. Hello. Anna from Mexico. Good. Oh, lots of people from Colombia. Wow. Very. And Mexico. Oh, wow. Okay. So it looks like lots of people are from Mexico and Colombia. Okay. Yes, glad to meet you. Okay, so let's see. I have another question that I would like to ask you through the chat box. Let's see. And my first question is, have you ever taught drama English before? Have you ever taught English using drama activities? If yes, say yes. If no, say no in the chat box. Yes. No, I haven't. Yes. No. Yes. No. Oh, hello. Okay. So it looks like some of you have taught drama English before, some of you haven't. That's okay. This would be perfect for you. Okay. So for those of you who have taught English before, have you taught English using ready action before? Yes or no? Oh. No. Not really. No, not really. Okay, so I see lots of people may not have used this book before, but it's okay. I'm going to guide you step by step in how to do drama English with this book. Okay, so let's get it started. So I always start with a warm-up in my webinars. And this is what you're gonna do, okay? On the left side here, we have different beans, okay? And on the right side, it tells you what you have to do. So basically in your class, if you were to use it, what you do is you say one of the beans and your students have to do what the bean says. So for example, if it's broad bean, you stretch as far as you can like this, yeah? If it's string bean, you reach as tall and high as you can. Broken bean, you freeze like a statue or shiver. And then the next one is jelly bean. So when you say jelly bean, you wobble your whole body. French bean, you say ooh la la, okay? And jumping bean, you jump on the spot, okay? So we are going to do the same, okay? We're going to do the same here. And I'm going to read you one of okay, so now that we've tried it, you can utilize it in your class. So before you actually start your class and your drama class, you can do this warm up with your students and you can warm up in a fun way, okay? All right, so let's go on. Let's talk about drama a little bit, okay? So what is drama? Drama actually comes from Greek words meaning to something to or to something. What would go into the blank? Any ideas? Actually, it comes from Greek words, real, live. It's actually to do or to act. So it means to do or to act. Very good, very good. Yeah. So we can think about why we should use drama for young learners, right? Well, one of the reasons is because it's full of active and interactive activities. And what's good about it is that motivation is fostered and sustained throughout the activities, not just in the beginning, not just in the middle, but throughout the activities. Okay? And you can encourage your students to think and act creatively, right? And you can also help your students express themselves not only verbally, but non-verbally as well. And then most importantly, drama activities are really, really fun, right? So it makes learning both enjoyable and memorable. You see, when students do something fun, they can remember it better, right? All right. So there are actually 3 tools of acting, and well, some people say I haven't done drama before, or it seems like it's not something that I can try. But actually, if you think about it, drama is really simple, and you can all do it if you have these 3 tools. And the first tool is body. We all have bodies, right? So second one is voice. Second one is voice. And the third one is imagination. So if you have these 3 things, you can all do drama. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay. And when you teach with drama, you can actually make this drama contract. Okay. So in the beginning of your class, you can make this contract, aka agreement or rules with your students. And then this is something that your students agree to do it. Okay. So these are some things that I thought of. And you can make your own contract with your students. Okay, so some of the things that I thought of is being on time. Being on time is really important, and also being kind is important because, as I mentioned before, one of the three tools is imagination, right? And when we imagine different things, not just the same things, right? So we gotta be kind to those who think differently, right? So we all think differently. And raising hand for questions, they might have questions, right? And then give it a try, give it a try. It's because drama activities may be something new to the students, right? And they might be scared to do a new activity. But actually, when you try it, it might be something that's really fun. So I put that in there. And last one is having fun. Yeah, because drama, one of the purposes is to have students have fun and remember what they learn, right? So I put that in there, okay? All right, going on. So you might wonder, how can I use a Ready Action book and use it in my class? Well, I brought in a sample lesson flow here. And you can either do this in 8 lessons or 12 lessons. I'm going to show you the 8 lessons version first, okay? And what you do in day 1, you can simply introduce yourself, introduce your students, have your students introduce themselves, and you can introduce the book cover and the characters. And from days 2 through 7, you can simply read and review the book. So I'm going to talk about this in more detail later, but basically you have to go over the books, right? And you can do drama activities, reading activities, workbook, and so on. And in day 8, you can do after reading activities like finger puppet play or reader's theater, okay? And I'm going to explain that throughout this webinar here. And if you want to make this into 12 lessons class, you can simply add these things: memorizing lines, preparing props, songs and dance, blocking, meaning movements on stage, and dress rehearsal if you want to do this offline later. Okay, so going on. So, but there is one thing that you should do in the beginning of every lesson, and that is actually warm-up activities, okay? And we want to use warm-up activities because we want to relax the students and have them focus, yeah? And you'll notice that they're really non-verbal activities to provide non-threatening environment for younger children, right? So you're basically providing a relaxing atmosphere so that your students can focus. And I brought in these 2 activities here, and we are going to try it, okay? All right, so our first warm-up activity that we're going to try is called 7-count shake, okay? So you basically count 1 through 7 and shake different body parts. And then you do that from left hand, right hand, left leg, right leg, okay? And then you go down by counting 1 through 6, 1 through 5, and then to 1, okay? So we are all going to try that one out. Let's try it. If I stand up, can you all see me? Actually, you can't really see my legs, so scratch that. We are going to try it. Imagine that you're going to see me shaking my legs as well, okay? Okay, so let's all try it together. Ready? So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then your left leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1, and 1. Okay? So if you do this with your students, you're actually helping your your students to warm up their whole body, right? Yeah. Okay, so it's a very general but really good warm-up activity you can do with your students. And the second one that I would like to introduce is wake up. Okay, so the easy version is having your students stand up, scatter themselves a little bit, and then you're going to direct your students. Say start, and then students start walking. Okay, when you say stop, they have to stop. And then you can try that a few times. If they're good, you can add more action like clap or jump. Okay, so we're gonna try that right now. If you can stand up, please stand up and follow along, okay? So start, stop, start, stop, clap, jump, start, clap, jump, start, stop. Okay, so you can try this kind of activity with your students. If your students are really, really good with this version, then you can try, which one? The challenging version. So do the opposite of what the teachers say, okay? So when you say start, students have to stop. When you say stop, students have to start. When you say clap, students have to jump. When you say jump, students have to clap. Okay? So let's try it. It's gonna be a little bit tricky, so listen carefully. Stop. Jump. Stop. Start. Okay. So you can try this one. This is really good if you are in a classroom, but if you happen to do online classes, you can do the Wake Up online version, which is called Stop, Go, Face, Clap. Only one thing that changes is instead of jumping, you have your students to make a funny face. So it's very simple. And we can also try that one out. Let's see. Ready? Go. Stop. Clap. Face. Go. Stop. Clap. Face. Okay? So you make a funny face. Okay? And then once they're good at it, you can do different combinations of it. And then for challenge version, of course, you can do the opposite. You can have your students do the opposite. Okay? All right. So going on actually to the book now, okay? So in day one, what you do is we have to do before reading activities, right? So these are some things that you can do, right? You can do book cover talk, and you can play some sounds and have students listen and do some activities with it. And you can help your students imagine and predict. And you can also, well, not really predict, but have them imagine about the themes, yeah? And then you can have your students do character games. Get to know the characters a little bit. Okay, so let's look at it one by one. Book cover talk. So here, you can ask your students these things, right? These are some sample questions that you can ask. What do you see? What do you see in this picture? Maybe you can say the rabbit, and we can see the turtle. We can see other ones, right? Cloud, sky, everything, right? Carrot. And then you can ask, where are they? Where are they? Are they inside, outside, at the park, you know, in the mountains? Yeah, you can ask your students. And then because we are talking about two different animals here, you can ask, who is faster? And then your students are gonna say, oh, rabbit, right? And then I personally like doing this, but I hide the title. Hide the title, and students have to look at the picture and guess what the title is. And what's the title? Do you know the title? The title is The Rabbit and the Turtle. Right. Very good, very good. So now we can do some sound effects activity. Okay, first one is that you can pick out some background music from the book, and we do provide the sound effects, so you can utilize it. And you have your students listen carefully and guess what it is and express with their body. Okay, one thing to notice is that children are going to be very imaginative and creative, and they're gonna do lots of different things, but there are really, really shy students, right? In that case, if they really, really don't want to express with their body, then you can have them draw, right? You can have them draw what they hear, okay? So I'm going to do this. If you can, please express with your body, okay? First one. Okay. Second one. Okay, and the last one. Oh, lots of guessing here, right? Oh, a little machine sound. You sure? there are different ones. Water, someone sleeping. Oh, very good. Yeah. Okay, very good. So the first one was actually, let's hear it just a little bit. It sounds like machine, but it's actually outside. So they are actually cicadas. Cicadas crying. So when can you see cicadas? It's when we have hot weather, right? Hot, sunny weather. Yeah. Yes, very good, very good. And the second one is water splashing. Yeah, water splashing. And the third one was what? Someone sleeping, right? Someone sleeping. Yeah, very good, very good. Snoring, yeah. So you can have your students express with their body and or draw a picture of it. And then you can do another activity with the sound effects is that you can take out the background pictures. We provide you with background pictures. So you can put that in here, or if you don't want to use these, you can simply use the book, right? You can use the pictures from the book, and you can have your students listen and match with the correct background picture. Okay, so we're gonna do that right now. Number one, the cicadas. Where would that go? Okay. Think about that, where it would go. And the second one, where would that go? Yeah, and the third one. Okay, so first one, which picture is it? Any guesses? Oh, very good, very good. It's the third one. Second one, which picture is it? Any guesses? Yes, it's actually number one, number one. And the last one is the second one. So I'm sleeping, yeah? Okay, so you can utilize it this way and have your students do this activity. And the second one you can do is imagine. It's called whole class Tableau. Tableau means still picture, not moving picture, okay? And you can have your students imagine about a scene from the book, okay? And imagine that you're here, your students are here right now. What are you gonna be? What are you doing right now, okay? So notice that students can be anything in this scene. So not only the characters here, like the rabbit or the parrot or the turtle, but they can be anything. They can be the sky, they can be the plants, or the decorations, or the musical instrument here. Yeah. So, for example, oh, you're gonna be the elephant. Ah, very good. Actually, that's what I was gonna be too. That's good. Okay, so if, let's say you're gonna be the elephant, what kind of gesture would you do? It looks like she's holding pom-poms and cheering them up, right? So if you want to make a still picture of it, maybe go like that. Yeah, yeah. But you can't move yourself because you're a still picture, right? Mm. Oh yeah, someone can be the box, right? So every student is going to be different things in the scene, right? Someone can be the elephant, someone can be the fox, and make a still picture, and then you can take a picture of it, right? And that's gonna be an activity. And if you wanna expand that activity a little bit, you can perhaps touch one of the students or say one of the students' names. And then when they hear their name, they can move a little bit to give hint, right? All right. Going on. So now we're going to introduce the characters here. We have lots of characters here. So the first one is the rabbit, right? And second one is turtle. Third one is fox. And fourth one is elephant. Fifth one is parrot. And the last one here is the raccoon, but he has a special role, and that is the narrator, okay? So even the narrator has a character in the starter series. Okay, so with the characters, when you introduce them, you can have your students do some games with it. So you can have your students mime the character, of course. So the students normally mime it, let's say, rabbit, what would they do? Maybe describe the big ears. Maybe when they describe turtle, they would do lots of different things, but I would go maybe like this, Yeah. And they'll walk really, really slow. Yeah. And once they're good with miming, you can also do Who Am I game, where they just simply mime it, and without saying what the character is, the other students have to guess what the character is. And then the next activity, yes, that's right, mime means to describe with actions. And the next activity is actually gonna be who's missing. And you're trying to find the missing characters. As you can see, PPT is provided, so you can utilize this activity here, and there are other activities in the PPT. So what you do is, we have different characters here. So you can maybe point to each character and ask their names, and then what you do is, you have your students close their eyes. Close their eyes. You can close your eyes. And then when you open your eyes, you're gonna see one thing that's missing, one character that's missing. Who is it? Did you see it? You did not see it, huh? That's too bad, it's okay. I'll let you know, it's actually the narrator. Oh, that's good. Okay, so the missing one was the narrator. Very good, very good. Okay, so you can do this kind of activity when you introduce the book cover and the characters. And then now we are going to go into during reading activities, which takes up most of our class time here, lessons, days 2 through day 7. So we read and review, okay, the book. So basically what you do is we have a story in the book, right? But there are lots of pages in here. So you're going to divide the story into different scenes, meaning maybe 2 to 4 pages. So you're going to do that a day. But in order to do that story, you have to do different activities with it so that your students are able to learn them, right? So you do a warm-up activity. We did several activities before, right? So you can utilize it, or you can review the previous class. And then you can pre-teach the vocab, just briefly go over, the vocabs that may be difficult for students. And you can also do a picture walk, just like we did with the cover page. You can do that with the pictures in the story that you're going to do, okay? And then you can read the story with your students. Maybe you can have your students listen first, and then you can read it together, check comprehension, and you can do some drama activities with it. And then you can also have them do line practice and some role plays. And then you can wrap up. And you can also wrap up with a workbook. So let's look at it. Okay, so as you can see, it's difficult to think of a warm-up activity every time, right? So in the PPT that we provide, there are warmers there, so you can utilize that. And for this warm-up, we have this activity where students have to imagine there were a turtle, and they have to think. They have to think and walk like a turtle, laugh like a turtle, jump like a turtle, and dance like a turtle. And students really love imagining. So you can try that one out with your students. And then you can pre-teach the vocab. So this one, what is it? What is it, by the way? It's a rabbit, right? Rabbit. So you go, whoops, you go, rabbit. What will go into the box? You can ask your students, and they're gonna be R, right? So you go, rabbit, right? So it kind of helps them do phonics practice as well, right? And then you're gonna ask, how many sounds, meaning how many syllables, right? How many syllables are there? there are actually two, right? So you're going to have your students clap twice. Rabbit, like that, right? All right, so you can do the words here. There's also the word game PPT that you can utilize, but this one I suggest that you use it with maybe reviewing at in the middle or at the end. So you can find out. So this activity is basically very simple. What you have to do is you have your students guess what's behind the wall. So that was the rabbit. What about this one? You ready? What was it? It's the turtle. Yes, it's the turtle. So like this, you can utilize the PPTs and okay, and you can jump into the story by doing a picture walk. Okay, so here we have a picture, and you can ask different questions, right? You can utilize the questions in the PPT, or you can make your own. That's up to you. And you can see, you can ask them, so how's the weather? Who can you see? What is the rabbit doing? And what is the turtle doing? And what do you think will happen? So even prediction, right? All right. And then you can do some fun drama activities as well, right? This is called Pass the Word, okay? This is a really fun activity you can do, but this actually prepares students to read with emotions, okay? So what you do is you have your students take turns to say a word, yeah? A word like maybe hi, right? But you can say hi in lots of different ways, right? So you say, maybe you can change the dynamics. You can say it really loud, really soft, change the speed a little bit, yeah? So really fast, hi, or really, really slow, hi. Or for younger students, instead of telling them what to do, you can simply say the word with one of the items here, and then you can have them guess. Have them guess the emotion. And for variation, you can not only do this with words, but you can do this with phrases, right? You can use a phrase, and you can change the tone, add pause or silence, and do it. So I'll demonstrate it a little bit. So with hi, you can say it really loud, hi. Or you can say it really soft, hi. Or you can say it in middle voice, right? Hi. You can say it in really, really high tone, hi. Really low tone, hi. Middle tone, hi, right? And you can, let's change the word a little bit. So you can try this one out with me right now. So we are going to say the word fast, really, really fast. Okay, ready, set, go. Fast. That was fast, right? Middle speed, fast, just normal speed, right? And really, really slow speed, fast, right? So you can pass the word in different ways. And you can see, depending on how you say the word, the meaning changes. So it's really important for students to understand that. Okay, next activity you can do is punctuation game, okay? So there are different punctuation marks here. And what I would like you to do is you can have your students actually read the text with normal version, with the punctuations on. So let's read it. Rabbit says, turtle, you're so slow. Look, I'm fast. I'm the best. And then the turtle goes, you are fast, but I am the best. let's have a race, right? So you can talk about the emotions here a little bit. So the rabbit here is really cocky, arrogant, right? And the turtle here, oh, he doesn't lose here. He's like, oh, let's have a race, right? But if you change the punctuation, then the meaning changes. So I'm going to choose one of the punctuation marks here and then hide all the punctuation marks here. Okay, so the punctuation mark that I chose is the question mark. So you're all going to read this, but I took out all the punctuation marks here, right? So you're going to say it with a question mark. You ready? Let's read it together. Ready, set, go. Turtle, you're so slow. Look, I am fast. I'm the best. And then the turtle goes, oh, you're fast, but I'm the best. Oh, let's have a race. Race? Huh? Right? So as you can see, because I changed the punctuation mark here, all the punctuation marks here, the meaning suddenly changed, right? So you can have your students go over the original version and then try it out with different punctuations so that they know when they see different punctuations, the meaning changes, okay? And then they can also practice how to read with the punctuations, okay? So now we're going to actually look at the digital CD here. And I'm going to introduce you some good tools that you can use. Okay, let me see. Okay, so when you use the digital CD, this is the page you'll see, and we're going to look at the ebook, but there are other things here like song and dance, audio. You can listen to all of the songs here. And you can also download learning resources as well. So let's look at the ebook. Okay. All right. And I'm going to look at this page here. And we do lots of picture walk, right? So when you do picture walk, you can actually utilize this one right here. Dun, 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 the circle one. If you click on it, you have this. So it's really easy to do the picture walk. So who do you see? Ooh, look who's here, right? What's the rabbit eating, right? You can utilize that too. And you can also utilize this one, attention, then it blacks out. You can generate numbers. So say you have 7 people in your class, and you want, let me see, you want to generate a random number, then you click on next, and it'll give you a random number. Again, a random number, yeah. Okay, and you can also utilize the timer here, and then do the timer when you do activities, yeah. All right, and if you click on MP3, you can see all of the soundtracks here. Those are the normal ones, so I want to show you. Let me see. Okay, when you see a track with SR on it, you can have your students practice the lines line by line. Okay, so I'll click on it. Not working for some reason. Sorry about that. But it'll say what's in there. It is a sunny day. and then it'll have the time for students to repeat. Okay, so repeat each line. And then when you click on, let me see. The recorded one, REC, then you can practice by character, okay? Practice by different characters. And you can also see, remember the sound effects that I used? They're all here too. Oh, I can't really click it right now. Yeah, you see the BGM, these ones, these are all background music. Yeah, so you can utilize those as well. And I want to show you the song and dance. Yeah. So like the audio is not really working right now in my computer, but as you can see, it's playing. So you can see all of that, yeah. But the thing is, when you click on the mic here, suddenly the wordings go off, right? And what it does is it mutes the sound or make it really, really soft so that your students can sing instead of just hearing them sing. Okay? All right. Let's go back to our slide here. Okay. Going on. All right. So in the workbook, we also have the workbook that you can use. And I just brought in a sample one here. There are lots of different activities in here so that you can use, but I wanted to tell you the difference between the classic version and the parody version. As you can see in the classic version, we have a little bit of phonics here because in the starter classic version, this is for really, really beginning students. So students who have maybe studied phonics for about maybe 2 years or 1 year, and they know kind of know how to read, but they know all the alphabets. They know how to read the short vowels and the long vowels a little bit, and so we keep wanna have them practice the phonics side. So we have phonics version here and sight words here as well for students to practice in the workbook. But for the parody one, just the normal ready action starter, we have reading practice instead of these two because for students level is a little bit more higher. Yep. Okay. All right. And then after you do these things, you can do after reading activities. These are some activities you can do with your students. So you can do cross-curricular activity, you can link the story, whatever you studied in the story, you can link into different subjects, right? Science, math, geography, yeah? And then you can also do arts and crafts. So you can make some props for drama. You can retell with pictures. You can have your students draw some pictures and do it. And then we can also do performance after reading, okay? So you can do the normal play with, the costumes we provide with headbands and necklace. So you can utilize those. You can also do finger puppet theater, and you can do readers theater as well. So I'm going to explain this one by one. So an example of cross-curricular activity would be like this. We just learned about rabbit and turtle, right? So you can help your students learn more about these two animals, right? So you can you can ask your students to fill out the chart by asking them some questions like, what kind of food do they eat? Or where do they live? Or who are their friends? for their enemies, right? So they get to know them a little bit more. Okay, then which characteristics are different and which characteristics are common? Okay, and then you can learn more about those two characters, animals. And let's say you learned about cat in the story, then you can do this. This is actually in the PPT that we provide. So you can actually link it to geography and learn to say cat in different languages. Here, if you click on it, it links you to a YouTube channel and you can watch a video about how to say cat in different languages. And you can also make some props for drama. And as you can see, this is you can make a cat and mouse heads with it. Or if you learned about crabs, maybe you can make crab's claw. For the rabbit one that we did, we have a craft for slider craft here. I think this is pretty smart, yeah. So what you have your students do is you have them draw a rabbit on the white paper and then cut out the rabbit and cut out a different strip and then have students draw different scenes and then you have them slide and retell the story. Yeah. So you can do that after reading. And if you don't want to make that, you can simply use just piece of papers, or you can use the Post-its and have your students draw important scenes and then retell the story. Of course, they have to write the important words as well. Okay, they can also do finger puppet theater. So we do provide the finger puppet, so you can use those. They're there. You can also print out the characters, and then you can utilize the paper cups or the chopsticks, right? And then you can do these kind of puppet theater. And so here's an example of finger puppet in the book. So you can utilize these. And you can also do reader's theater. This is really good if you don't really want to prepare all the props because what you do is very simple. You have your students line up or sit in a circle, or if you're doing online, you can simply have your students just be themselves, but they have to be in front of a camera, okay? And you have your students, each person take a role, right? If you have more students than the characters, then you can have maybe several people take a role, right? All right, and you can simply have students read with emotions. So nothing's needed, no props or costumes are needed, but and they don't have to memorize. That's good, right, for them. But they do have to read with emotion. So you can try that one out with your students too. I would like to introduce you to these resources that we have. So these are some resources for Ready Action Starter that I mentioned earlier. And we have the syllabus, the answer key, the audio, background images, headbands, and necklace, and word game PPT, and flashcards. All of these are actually going to be in this website, languageworldbooks.com. So you can get them there. Or I mentioned the PPT earlier that has lots of different activities in them. And there's also a lesson plan that you can follow along. And you can get them from your local distributors. Okay, and then there's also an app you can use. So it's actually on the cover here. So you click on the cover, as you can see, you can scan the QR code, okay? And then you can simply hear and watch all the song and dance movies, song and dance, and then also you can hear all the audios there too. Yeah. So it's very convenient. All right. Today I used the rabbit and the turtle from Ready Action Starter, the very, very beginning level 1, in the classic version. But there are other titles here that you can use, and there are other levels if you teach higher level students. And the parody, we also have parody versions as well. One thing that's different is this. So we have a classic version where we have classic stories, right? For the parody one, we just call it Ready Action. We tweak the story just a little bit, right? So that it's not classic, but it has twisted stories in it. Okay. All right. For more resources and information, not only for Ready Action, but all of the language world books, you can go to this site and you can download all of these free resources here, syllabus, answer key, MP3 files, everything's here. And you can also, because of the pandemic right now, you can utilize the ebooks right now. So you can use some ebooks for several titles here. And today was about step-by-step drama English. Next time, it may be October 22nd for some of you, for lots of you, right? Colombia and Mexico. And for some of you, it would be 23rd. And we are going to have Brett Siders talking about grammar. So if you're interested in grammar activities, grammar tips, you can go in there and join us. All right, we also have a YouTube channel here. So you can go to this link, or you can type Language World and find us. If you wanna watch our webinars again, they are actually gonna be uploaded here, so you can watch those. And you can also follow us on Facebook and get some more information about our future webinars, right? And you can also follow us on here, Instagram. All right, thank you very much for participating here. Do you have any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, oh, everything's clear. Oh, nice to hear that. Oh, all right. So if there's no question, then yeah, have a great day, everyone, and hopefully see you again next time. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah.